All right, let's get right into it. Today we're going to break down a complete, ruled-based system for trading momentum stocks, specifically for a small account. We're going to turn all that trading theory you hear about into a precise, step-by-step mechanical process.
So the whole philosophy behind this comes down to this one phrase, which I absolutely love. Launch the shitty ship. You see, so many traders get stuck in what's called the perfect overture paradox. They just analyze and analyze, looking for that flawless setup, and by the time they think they found it, the opportunity is long gone. This system is designed to kill that paralysis. It forces you to act based on rules, not feelings.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll cover the mission, why a mechanical edge is everything. Then we'll get into the super strict rules of engagement. After that, we'll dive into the 5 pillars filter. This is how you find the A+ stocks. Then we'll walk through the actual trade execution, and we'll wrap up with a solid plan for you to get started, plus some warnings you have to hear.
Okay, so what's the mission here? It's all about gaining a mechanical edge. Look, when you're trading with a small account, you simply cannot afford to make emotional decisions. You just can't. Your only advantage comes from a strict, repeatable system that puts preserving your capital first, period.
And we need to be really clear about the goal. This is not long-term investing. We're not buying a company because we believe in its 5-year plan. No, this is a scalping strategy. We're trying to grab these short, powerful bursts of momentum in a very specific window of time, and then we are out, completely. No holding overnight, ever.
All right, let's talk about the rules of engagement. I want you to think of these as the absolute, non-negotiable laws of this system. If you bend even one of them, the whole thing falls apart. The edge is gone.
Every single one of these rules is there for a reason. That $2,000 cash account, that's your ticket to bypass the pattern day trader rule, which can really handcuff small accounts. The long-only strategy, it just simplifies everything. You're only focused on buying breakouts. That's it. And that super tight trading window, we are only active during the market's most chaotic, volatile hour. Then, by 8 a.m., we're flat. Done. No overnight risk.
Now for the hard numbers. Your maximum risk on any single trade is $40. That's it. This isn't a random number. It's exactly 2% of a $2,000 account. This hard stop is what makes sure that no single trade can ever blow you up.
Next up, number 3. Think of this as your personal circuit breaker. If you take 3 losses in a row, you're done for the day. You lock away. This rule exists for one reason, to stop you from revenge trading, which is, without a doubt, the fastest way to destroy a small account. And that brings us to the final safety net. Your max daily loss is $120. Once you hit that number, the computer gets turned off. Your day is over. It's the ultimate rule to protect your capital so you can come back and fight another day.
Okay, so we've locked down our risk. Now for the fun part. How do we actually find the stocks to trade? Well, that's where the 5 pillars filter comes in. Before you even think about clicking a button, any potential stock has to pass this 5-point inspection. It's designed to filter out 99% of the noise out there.
You really got to see these pillars as a giant funnel. Thousands of stocks are pouring in the top every morning. But after they pass through each of these 5 filters, what comes out the bottom? Maybe, just maybe, 2 or 3 truly A+ candidates. That's selectivity. That's our edge.
So let's break them down. Pillars 1 and 2 are pretty simple. Price and float. We're only looking at stocks between $1 and $20 because that lets us buy enough shares to matter in a small account. And the float, that's the number of shares actually available to trade, has to be under 20 million. Why? Low supply plus high demand equals explosive moves. Simple economics.
Pillar number 3 is a big one, relative volume, or RVOL. Think of this as your "is this party legit" indicator. RVOL tells you if a stock is trading with way more volume than it usually does. We need to see at least double its normal volume, but ideally we want to see 5 times or more. High RVOL is proof that the crowd is here, that big money is interested. It's a critical sign of intense demand.
And finally, pillars 4 and 5 tell us the why and the when. The stock absolutely needs a fresh news catalyst, something less than 24 hours old. That's the why it's moving. Then we need a clean chart pattern, either a bull flag or a flat top breakout, setting up above the VWAP. The VWAP shows us the real average price, and being above it confirms the bulls are in control. The pattern is our when, our precise entry signal.
And let me just hammer this point home. This is not a flexible process. This is a brutal decision tree. If a stock fails even one of these 5 checks, it's dead to us. We throw it out and move on.
No almosts. No, it looks pretty good though. One fail, it's gone.
So, you did it. You found an A+ setup that passed all 5 pillars. Now it's time to execute. And in this phase, we want to remove our brains from the equation as much as possible. This is about following a pre-planned script of actions with pure speed.
Now, you are only authorized to trade these 2 specific patterns. That's it. You've got the bull flag, that's your classic momentum continuation pattern, and you've got the flat top breakout, where a stock just keeps banging its head against a price ceiling until it finally smashes through. Your job is to become an expert at spotting clean versions of these 2 setups, and only these 2.
Speed is everything, and that means we use hotkeys. These are your tools. Notice that core buy hotkey? It's set up to instantly buy 400 shares. Now, why 400? Simple. Because if our stop loss is 10 cents away, 400 shares times 10 cents is exactly $40, our max risk. This completely removes math from the equation when your heart is pounding. You've also got keys to sell half, sell all, and a big red panic button to cancel everything. You have to memorize these until they're muscle memory.
So here it is, the entire life cycle of a trade in 4 steps. 1, you commit. You know your entry price. You know your 10-cent stop. 2, the price hits your entry. You press Shift+B. No hesitation. 3, if it moves 10 cents in your favor, you hit Shift+H, sell half, and take risk off the table. 4, you hit Shift+S to get out of the rest, either because your stop got hit or you reached your final target. It's a physical sequence of actions, not a debate in your head.
Okay, let's wrap this up by talking about how you can actually start to implement this system safely and methodically. And right after that, we've got some mandatory disclaimers that you absolutely have to understand. Please do not just jump into this with your hard-earned money tomorrow. You need to follow this 90-day plan. Phase 1, the first month, is paper trading only. You're just learning the rules. Phase 2, the next month, you go live but with tiny size, risking $5, maybe $10 a trade. The goal here isn't to make money. It's to see if you can handle your emotions when real money is on the line. And only, and I mean only, if you are profitable and following the rules in Phase 2, do you even think about scaling up to the full $40 risk in Phase 3?
And now we have to be extremely serious for a moment. All trading involves a huge amount of risk. It is not for everybody. What we've discussed here, those results are not typical, and past performance never, ever guarantees future results. Please, I'm begging you, never trade with money you can't afford to lose.
And just for full transparency, this entire breakdown is based on my personal learnings from the strategy taught by Ross Cameron. If you want his official courses, tools, and the whole shebang, you should go to warriortrading.com. It's also so important you understand, my results, his results, they are not typical. We don't track customer results, so there's no reason to believe they're any different from the average trader. The truth is, success in this game is really rare, and it takes an incredible amount of discipline.
And that really is the final question, isn't it? The success of any system like this doesn't come from the rules themselves. You can have the best rules in the world, but they're useless without flawless execution. The system is right here. The rules are clear. The only question left is, can you provide the unwavering discipline to follow them every single trade, every single day?